What's up, YouTube? This is Ultimate Shield 340 back at again with another Division 2 video. So, the reason why I wanted to create this video is in response to a fellow YouTuber by the name of Ronan Kazi. He made a video called essentially "What is your chassis?" And essentially he said that the chassis is basically a template that you use whenever you're creating a new build, and you use it as a base whenever you're creating something new. And I decided that that's a great idea, and I wanted to sort of make a video in response to that and show you my chassis, the thoughts behind it, and show you some gameplay for it. So without further ado, here we are. So the chassis for me is the On-Going Directive gear set. So the On-Going Directive gear set is it combines everything I love about both the Division, and it is my personal play style in most video games and things like that, all rolled into one gear set. So here for the On-Going Directive, you have the status effects, and then you have the reload speed, and then you have the rules of engagement where you get the hollow point ammo, and you are going to give yourself as well as your teammates hollow point ammo, and then you're going to get amplified damage whenever you shoot a target who has that amplified damage to them. So the thing is that for the rules of engagement, anytime you kill a marked target, you and your teammate are going to get the hollow point ammo. Now, a special note I wanted to bring to your attention is that it does not matter who kills the marked target. It could be you as an individual, or it could be your teammates, or in this particular case, it could be your skills that actually kills the marked target, and that will allow you as well as your teammates to get the hollow point ammo. So that's kind of what the idea is behind the build. I'm supposed to use the status effect to create the mark, have the either me or my teammates or my skills kill the marked target. We all get hollow point ammo, and we all get a damage bonus while doing a lot of damage using skills, which is a great segue to my next thing here. So you'll see that I rolled skill tier, skill damage, and skill duration on each of these pieces that you see here. I have the face mask skill damage. I have the memento backpack here as well, skill duration. I have the Wyvern Wear chest piece, skill damage, tag team as the chest piece, and I'll explain a little bit more here in just a second. I have the gloves, skill tier, skill damage, the knees, skill tier, skill damage, and I have the holster with weapon damage and skill damage here as well. So the reason why I chose the weapon core is because these 5 pieces, the mask, backpack, hands, chest, and knees, all give me 1 skill tier, which will be a total of 5. In addition to the specialization, it gives me 1 extra, giving me a 6 skill tier stat. So I chose the weapon damage core to give myself a little bit of damage boost while I have it. Now, you'll notice I chose the skill duration for each of these talents that I have a open slot for as the mods. The reason why is because the skill haste on these the skill haste is so high that you'll get your skills back fairly quickly. So you'll see that the cooldown here is 20 seconds. It rarely lasts where you will run out of your duration on your turret, but because you get so much skill haste, to me, I wanted to get the skill duration out there for as long as possible. In the event that we're in a extended fight, you're going to want your skills to be out there for as long as possible. So I chose that. In addition to the chem launcher that you'll see here is the riot foam. You want to use this to start the status effect, to start your cycle to get your hollow point bullets and kill those marked targets. And in particular, I would recommend you use the ensnare duration for this. The reason being is because those chungas are going to be able to kick out of the riot foam if you have the health, because the kick itself is going to do a lot of damage to the foam, and they're going to be able to break out of it much faster rather than the ensnare duration. So that is my recommendation to you. The downside to this is that you cannot ensnare or riot foam the dogs. That does suck, but it is what it is, unfortunately. So not to mention that the tag team that you use here, anytime you have a target that's marked, you are going to be able to proc tag team, and anytime you hit tag team, you're going to save shave 6 seconds off of your skills. So it's going to allow you to get your riot foam back a lot faster. And then you're also going to be able to knock off that cooldown in the event that, you know, say if the turret gets destroyed early, or it's, you know, the duration does eventually run out. Using your status effects on your weapons and, you know, the damage that you have is going to be able to proc the tag team, and you're going to be able to shoot that and get your skills back a lot faster. And what I mean by that is that the tag team, whenever an enemy is affected with a status effect, they are going to, you know, once the cooldown wears off, if they are still under a status effect, they are still being damaged. And so therefore the tag team will proc multiple times on the same target, and you'll see in the gameplay. But I just wanted to make you aware of that just as an FYI. Last thing I wanted to mention is the 3 weapons. Of course, I chose the capacitor for the skill damage, which of course you'll see you'll get the most amount of skill damage using that. And then I chose the Carnage secondary, and I want you to pay close attention to the health damage and the damage to target out of cover. Now, I would recommend using this weapon on chungas and dogs, and even though you cannot put the dogs on bleed, I still recommend using this as the primary weapon of choice whenever you're fighting the dogs and the chungas. The reason why is what I'll explain here to you now. Notice the health damage percent is 9.5 on both my Carnage as well as the capacitor. The difference between the two is that for the capacitor, you get the damage to armor. That's going to be better for you whenever you're fighting, say, like the regular enemies that you see out there. Not only is the capacitor going to increase the skill damage that you do with your turrets, but the bleed is actually going to be stronger on the damage to armor, because it's going to increase that damage of the bleed because you have that damage to armor stat, and you're actually going to do more damage with your skills because of the damage to armor, because those both scale to damage to armor as opposed to the damage to target out of cover. Now, the damage to target out of cover, you're going to get the damage bonus to both the chungas and the dogs because of the damage to target out of cover and the health damage. Because those 2 targets are pure health damage, you're going to get the health damage bonus that you would get from both the capacitor and this weapon, but you're going to get an additional damage multiplier because of the damage to target out of cover using the sidearm. And if it's a chunga, you're going to be able to also put them on bleed, and then you're going to be able to get that 25% damage to that target as well. So you'll really be able to burn those targets down, as well as you having an increased mag size as well. The other thing I want to mention to you is the specialization sidearm, which is the maximum 9 here, and you get the perfect spike talent. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring this to your attention as well is because for whatever reason, On-Going Directive is bugged where you will get your hollow points, but then for whatever reason it bugs out and you'll eventually run out of ammo. In the event that you do, you can always, of course, rely on your sidearm until you are able to get more ammo, either from enemies that are dropped, or you're able to get to the next armor crate, and you can regen your ammo again. And if all else fails, you're going to be able to use this sidearm to proc the 25% skill damage for 15 seconds using the headshot for this weapon, or in the event that you are going to the summit to get the like pistolero or anything like that, you'll be able to use that. One last thing I want to mention before I show you some gameplay is that you can actually take this build into Legendary. I would actually suggest that you take the backpack off and probably put like a Hannah U piece on the backpack. The reason being is because the memento is great for survivability, but if you cannot get those trophies, it's going to be meaningless to you. Overall, you are going to get more damage from your skills if you use the memento, but you're still going to get a lot of damage from the tech support talent. Say if you get like a Hannah U piece, you can either put perfectly combined arms on the back, or I think it's called tech support, where skill kills gives you, I can't remember off the top of my head, I want to say maybe 25% skill damage, but you'll be able to get 25%, the same amount, the same percentage from both perfectly combined arms, and you'll get the same amount of damage from tech support using that backpack. I just recommend probably using the tech support because you're probably going to be hiding behind cover a lot more, and you may not be able to get as many stacks using the capacitor, but that's just as a heads up and FYI. So otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and show you some gameplay. Thank you for watching this, and that's the video, and that's the build. So this is Ultimate Shield 340 signing off, and I'll see you in the dark zone.
There's a lot of my front, huh? I think that Black Tusk guy was using outcast dialogue. How's your friend? Amish.
From what we can tell, Black Tusk changed the vault security codes, so you'll need to recover them in order to get in.
Okay.
One of the ranking Black Tusk team members should have access to the vault.
The ranking suck dick. First promotion of death. Dumbass motherfucker.
Forward ahead!
get into that vault.
For being so bossy, man.
Wonder what that unlocks. Keep an eye out.
Yeah, Elmer Fudd. The old dome craggy head. Early in your hair on him. He's the only survivor of fucking infectious disease control. Fucking substance.
He's only running things because they, like they say in the story.
Get in there and stop Black Tusk.
Authentication successful. Access granted. Data stream detected.
They're already downloading the data. They'll wipe it if they grab it first.
Access granted.
See if you can find a way to interrupt the Black Tusk download. They must be accessing one of the systems directly.
Black Tusk download halted. Download initiated. Agent down.
Well done. Now finish securing the building.
System malfunctioning. System reactivated. Serious trauma detected. Agent out of mission.
Isaac can't transfer the data. Might be interference from the structure. Make your way back topside.
System curtailed. System restored.
Still can't get a clean signal. Something's throwing up interference.
Looks like Black Tusk might have set up some kind of jamming device on the catwalk.
transfer stream closed.
Slick. Now clean up the rest of the Black Tusk and we can call today a win.
assistance needed.
enough data to figure out what Black Tusk was after. But the important thing is that we got it and they didn't. Well done.